Hello, everybody. The daily chat that we have here. Thank you for everyone that you guys are here in the chat room. Thank you for watching it. And we're going to talk about that was a request about the inner child, embracing the inner child. So, your inner child is living within you, even as an adult. Uh, and that is that unhappy child from within you that during a lifetime you're wondering why you're not happy. Why not any more happy from within as you used to be as a child, very early in life? You're missing this happiness. You're missing this uh, pure happiness that you had as a child. That innocent happiness from within you. And during that embracing your inner child is about you to go back in there, heal it. But how you got here is the main issues. How did you get to that positions that you're watching this video, you're watching this story? How do you came to this crash that points you to the inner child? The inner child from within you as an adult, it usually rise up from within you on the hardest moments because you have a memory from within you about happiness, or how happy when you are playing on the sand, or you were helpful towards people, or situations that you had this happiness. But also, the inner child comes in from within you when you were demanding things, you were asking things you never received, and then you have the pain from within you. So, whatever your situation were as a inner child, as a child, basically, when you grow up, you develop your inner child from within you, and now you're in you're in these positions of healing your adult life right now, and you finding out the word inner child. Have you healed it? Have you healed that happy little person from within you for it? So hi Lisa, thank you for being here. Thank you everybody. So you are right now in this transformation of pain that you're not happy. uh, Hi CF, thank you for being here. Heavy. I made it a lot. I cook 4 days in a week for 7 elderly neighbors, and sometimes can only listen while cooking, but finished now. Welcome here, Jenny. Hope you cook good. All right. Happy that you're here. Happy to see all of you guys. I come back because I saw some of you watch the weekly astrology report, and yeah. So the transformation is through the pain that you're experiencing now, whatever that pain it is. Maybe the pain of relationship. Maybe you facing a pain through your relationship with your kids, things that you didn't heal as a kid. Now they are passing into your kids. You understand how family karma is passed. You didn't heal something. Now you have to face the problem as an adult, but you see yourself as a kid in there. Uh, yeah, let's share the love in here. How about that? Before we talk about this, let's heal the inner child with love. Give yourself self love. Give you this love from within you. Give that light from within yourself, from within your soul. Look deep from within you. Find that love that nobody gave you. Give it to yourself from within, and embrace self within that love. Take a look at the happy family face here. That is your inner child living from within. Love him. Go deep from within you, find it, and smile because that inner child is you. That is you. So, uh, take this healing time because once you heal the inner child, you heal the adult. And now, as a healed adult, you can experience some things that you were supposed to experiencing during during your adulthood life, and be patient with you when you're healing your inner child, because the more you healed your inner child from within you, not with anger and not with madness to you. Be careful what you're saying to yourself. Don't say, I was stupid, how dumb I was, or all that. No, just recognize the things from within your inner child and love. Love heals all the wounds. Crow Girl, good morning to you and everyone. This very important topic. Yes, it is a very important topic. Okay. Um, the main issues you focus and you see in an adult life right now, they come in ink for one main reason. That is your undevelopment as a child. That comes in from various reasons. For example, that could be a religion where you are forced to obey certain rules, restrictions, and things from within you. That could be on a base of the culture, where the culture forbidding you to do certain things. For example, in the culture, one of the big things that Saint John of the Cross, who married his twin flame, he had to be cast out from his family and all his wealth because of their culture. They were forbidding a marriage between castes. Okay, either than that, Saint John of the Cross did it because he understood the material things is not what he was looking for. He can't stop loving the person, his wife. He couldn't. It's impossible for him. It's impossible to stop loving. So that could be that his relatives, they were undeveloped child. They were all focus of the material things that comes in. Even in life, maybe you get to a people who's like, if I'm gonna be with you, my mom and dad, they're not gonna give me my inheritance, and now they're forcing you not to be married because of this, because they have unhealed inner child, not you. You're gonna look that you're gonna see unhealed inner child even in very adult people, okay? Because they always complain, they always um, kind of like look into the others, not to themselves, and they're always very easy to irritate it, like a one child that hasn't received his bubble gum or his pacifier for it. So, how to recognize the wounds of the inner child, by the way. The wounds of the inner child are recognized by your life. So, for example, if you don't know how to dealing with people, that's mean in your childhood, the people who deal with you, they don't know how to deal with people. So we never received the proper intelligence informations about you, and that's mean that the people who are involved within your growing, they didn't have this development from within them. Uh, that could be a culture, that could be different situations. Hi, CJ. Thank you for being here. and or mirror. What in I have idea what you mean by that mirror, CJ, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. That underdeveloped child from within you could be dealing with a lot of things. My things are my things, and your things and your things. And now, when you get into relationships, you always divide them. This is my side, your side, not our side. You keep separating things. For example, if you're in a childhood, you weren't learn how to be nice to people. Now the people they're not nice to you because you don't know what this nice is. It's the same thing with love. If you the people haven't give you uh, people don't have to they didn't have to give you the love as a child. You haven't developed the love from the child from within you. So now when it comes to love, you're kind of like thinking that love is something else, but not the love for no reason. Not the real love that you want to love from with your heart, with your soul, with everything, with every cell within your body. Okay. For you, probably love unhealed inner child. It's love for buy me things, provide things, or mm, you have to be served to me, or you have to be nice to me, but with purpose. Okay, because as the child demands attention, you demand attention within love, and that attention could be material things, that could be financial things. If you don't know how, if you look at it your life now and you haven't learned the material possessions and the value of the money, that is because nobody taught you the value of the money early in a childhood, how you to be making and save money. So you come up to all those issues. Um, so uh, Hadita Rat, I don't know how to pronounce it. Hadita, thank you for coming to the chat. CJ, no problem. Um, you now it's getting these problems, and you probably now during this astrology events that we have, now you go back into time, you go back into the things, and you probably didn't learn the lessons that you needed to learn. So it comes to this point that you see the same issues from within you. Maybe they are within the parents, maybe they are the same issues now within your kids, and you're wondering what happened. And you spoke to someone, you're looking at to someone, and someone told you, well, you have wounded inner child. Your inner child causing problems. Your inner child is not grown up. You have to grow. Somebody has to teach you to grow. And you're like, who? Who has to teach me? And they usually tell you that you need to turn to someone that may be wiser, older, elder person, someone who to guide you in life. You got to be very careful about that person, because that person, if he doesn't really have a healed inner child, he won't be able to help you. He's going to advise you. He's going to tell you the things from his perspective, and he's going to tell you to copy and paste program. The person who's got to help you healing your inner child is the one that points you back from within you, because the problem is not an outside and you to copy and paste programming. You understood that paste, copy and paste programming, that's what got you in the problems, because paste and copy programs didn't really teach you to learn, the self-learning process. The copy and paste only made you Take this from here and perform it here, and don't worry about it whatsoever. What's in between? Why are you doing this? You don't understand the purpose. You don't understand the proper way of things. And now, since you don't understand it, you didn't evolve. You didn't grow. You still stuck in this inner child mentality, even today, on that positions, this situations. So if you're looking for someone to help you with the inner child, is the one who's going to focus from within you. You have to look from within. You're the one person that can fix your inner child. You're the one who has to do the inner work from within you. You're the one who has to set, for example, I have a relationship with friends. I don't have so many friends. And you begin and ask them, well, take a look from within you. Why you don't have so many friends? And you go back and it's like, well, I had two or three people, and then I did this and this and I lost them. Before that, I only had four or five people, but I did this and I lost them. Then you go back and go back and go back, and you go back into your childhood. And then you find the real reason. Probably that was something that you were trying to tell the people what they should do and they should not. And if you didn't do it, you were mad. And now you have the same problem which in your relationship. You tell your spouse they gotta do this and this, they don't do it, and guess what? Now you're like, what should I do? You go deeply from within, and now you don't tell the people what they need to do. You give them the ideas what they need to do, and if they choosing to do it, that's great. If they not, you accepting it. Now you heal that part. You heal that. You heal the adult part from within you. And now you go ahead and you know what? It's great. It's good situation. It's a good part. And if you think that's properly great, we're gonna go with this. Not I, it's we. Okay, because if you say I, it's come from the ego. Okay, but say we, you actually respecting the relationship. Okay, if you taking the information that is being given to you as I don't believe it, it's your ego don't believe it. But if you take the information, it's like, why do we think this should be like that? Now you're looking at for extra information and work within the relationship as friends that it's going to give you the better fruits from within you. So, hi Cosmos, thank you for being here. By the way, this was a topic picked up by the CF who was talking about this. So you're learning how to embrace the inner child from within. You look deeply from within. The exercise that I did for me, I took a oh, CJ picked up, not CF. Okay, well, okay. I'm sorry, CJ. You received the um, you received the. Oh my God! It's just I'm working so much I can't even get the words out of my mouth because channeling and thinking is a little different, especially when I'm channeling information. It's just yeah, I gotta put my toes back in there. Okay, CJ, you're getting the credit for the topic. I appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back into it. Inner child. So I took a picture of me as a 3-year-old, and I look at it, and I see, and I remember this happy face, and everyone was, what a beautiful eyes, what a beautiful eyes, and I remember I had this red polo, and in Bulgaria we have this big, this it's called martinici, and during the March 1st, everyone wearing them, and I had a flowers in my hands, and I look at that little guy in there, and I love him. I went deep with me, and I see him. He was in the darkness. He wasn't loved properly through life. There was a lot of abuse through life. People called me names. I always was the worst guy at the school. Okay, and couldn't develop properly in their point of view because they were looking at for the material sides for it, while I was looking at for the human side of the relationship. I was very early in age. I was able to look the people from within and picked up their good sides. Then I healed the inner child from within. I told him, listen, you and I, we are going to be a best buddies with you. I want to know what are you missing. I want to know what's going to make you happy because if I make you happy, I'll be happy as well. Whatever you love, I will love it too. But you and I have to work together. You as a kid, as an adult. One of the best things that you can do about healing the inner child is play games. Go play games. Go play something. That's what it was. Then I look at it my childhood years, and I remember the friends that we were playing on the street. I remember the girl that I liked so much. She was living right across because of me. I remembered everything, but I remember one thing for me to keep everything clear, to keep everything from within me. And that clear part helps me to look at it clearly what I did back as a kid, back as a teenager, back to my relationships, and back to everything else. Because I always wanted to help people. By helping people, I was hurt. So now I learned the lesson that helping people and being hurt, okay, sometimes you go through these pains because of unhealed portions. No, you go through a pains because someone is hurt within their inner child. And you have a two choices: either help them or let them to grow. Let them know the truth. But the people who doesn't get to the truth, they cannot be healed. In order to heal the inner child, you have to really be 100% honest to you, not joking around, not kidding around. And when you do that, you begin to heal yourself. Healing yourself, now, when you heal yourself, you begin to embrace that. That embracing from within. Uh, hello, people. Uh, hello, people. Hi, how are you? I'll answer your question a little bit. Hi, Crystal. And hi, Christine. Um, the true embracement of as a in your inner child, it shows up. It begins with when the inner child begins to interfere with in your spiritual evolution. You will understand that the true embracement of the inner child, he also was developing the spiritual child from within. Your spirit, your this clear, innocent spirit from within you. For so uh, that embracement of the inner child and the fully embodiment from within you is going to begin when there is going to be some actions in your life that were unhealed from within you, you're going to be able to perform it. Was back when, before I was awakened as a twin flame, boy, you didn't want to know me. Oh no. If you know me back then and you see me now here talking to you about this, you are like, no, I don't think so, Dio. You're gonna be able to do this, to pull this to these levels. If you were telling me this to me, I was gonna tell you, you're a big fat liar. All I know is the machines and robots, and I'm worried about cars, and I'm building an electric car, and that's all it is. That's what I was gonna tell you. But now through, yeah, harder talk, isn't it? So now this inner child in you begins to create actions from within. You am I going to feel more empathic when you see kids, little babies, employees. You're gonna feel the happiness that they have. You're not gonna be getting mad so quickly. You're gonna be getting mad with overtime when things piles up. It's like, well, I wait to wait, I wait, and then at the end there was nothing. Then no more wait. You you kick in your adult part, but your inner child is like, I did what I can't. I was honest and not what I got myself into it. Um, but the inner child is gonna give you this beauty from within. And that beauty from within, when it begins to shine, you're going to feel the energy of everyone is attracted to you. People are attracted to little kids and they're like, wow, what a beautiful girl, what a beautiful boy, and so on and so on. But now the people are attracted to you from both sexes. Why? It's the clear energy of your inner child and your spiritual child combined, unification from within you as an adult. Now you really truly embraced your inner child. Now you're healed. And now, with the help with the divine, you're crossing boundaries like never before. Okay? So again, look at your life. Look at what's going on in your life. What's going on in your life, it's going to show you the things that you need to work on it. If that's a lack of money, then you have to learn as an adult what should do, share money. If you have problems that you want so much material things in life and they're never enough for you, you probably never share the toys with everybody else, or you always was going and because you couldn't have for some reason the toys of other kids, you kind of like went out to get them, to steal them, or secretly to have play with them. And when I asked them to give you the toys to play with them, they don't give it to you. Now you create this madness. Now as an adult, when you trying to get the things going and people don't give you the right things, so guess what, you are mad now about it that the people don't react it the way you want it. It's all connecting, go back into your inner child. It's all connecting back from within you. Okay. So if you come to this cross point of healing the inner child, you have to go back deeply from within you and look at this happy face for you. Okay. So there is a 10 people watching and 10 likes. I appreciate the 10. And what I'm gonna uh, be ending with this is The love. Love creates the happiness, not things that makes you happy creates love. Okay? Because when the things are not there, so is the happiness is not there, so is the love is not present. Now, when the love is present for no reason, you have the internal happiness, and that happiness is truly happy from the things from there around you and the things there from within. All right, guys. Oh, 11, 11, 11 watching and 11 likes. So this is what I'm leaving you. Now I can go ahead and answer some questions. All right. Thank you, guys. I hope CJ and everyone here, I hope you guys liked it. And let's see the questions. All right. Smile, guys. I know I'm too serious sometimes. I know we are talking about serious things, but where are you going to have some time to laugh on it? Okay? You gotta make this child happy from within. Yeah, we're talking about very serious topics. We're talking about very serious stuff. Okay? But don't forget, you gotta be laughing on it. So, I'm gonna get me some chewing a gum. All right? How about that? There you go. Satisfy the inner child. Let's have some fun, guys. All right? Mm. Hello, people. Is it okay to stay alone, or do you need a soulmate? Um, hello, people. Is that a personal questions about me? Or that is a questions about yourself. So staying alone will help you to heal your inner child. But God did not create the man and woman to living alone. So to be with your soulmate requires one thing: truth. There is no truth. They cannot be your truth. You are not true to yourself. You are not true with the divine. Then you can have a true inner child. You can be a true twin flame, and you can be fulfill your true destiny. That's the power of the truth. Simple, but some of the people they don't want it. Some of the people they want pacifiers and the milk and somebody to babysit them, and they can have a life on their own, and they have a kids and they still want the pacifier, they still want the milk. And all of a sudden when they have a kids and their kids grows up and they see that their kids have a problem, now they begin to wonder what happened. There you go. So Jenny, I believe there is another reason people don't have many friends, because so many who are stuck on 3D and don't understand love try to change you to them, and that's why they can get angry with you. Well, yeah. But Jenny, take a look. These people, do they play kids games with you? You're done with the kids games. You grow up your inner child and you become an adult within your inner child happy. And now people playing a games, or people are players. You know, those players. That's I was talking to someone last night. Okay, and this toxic trends that has been for the past maybe 10, 15 years, maybe even more. um, it was like, well, I have my boyfriend, you have your boyfriend, but you know what, I don't like my boyfriend, but I like your boyfriend more, so we're gonna do swap of boyfriends within. kind of like in the same thing. What that leads to toxicity, okay? Leads to toxic relationships from it. And yeah, uh, a lot of the people are stuck in 3D. I mean, they don't have spirituality from within. So if they don't have the spirituality from within, they don't have connection within their soul. And now we are talking about people who only focus of how much money they're going to gain, how much struggles they went through life, and how helpless or hopeless they are, and so on and so on, and how the material life it's injustice to them, or the other back side of the coin is those are the people who are so rich and it's not enough for them. Yeah, I got 3 cars, I got 3 hotels, I got 5 houses and everything, but still not enough for me. You can't satisfy the ego, and the satisfaction of the ego is not helping for it. And these people, they don't understand love, so they trying to change you. Yes, they do try to change you because they want to bring you into their jail instead of you who are free out of this jail, trying to help them to tell them, hey, you are in a cage. Where are you going to live free? Where are you going to be happy? Okay. You probably very often see that this kind of a people who are so materialistic and so on and so on, they have issues within the family with something with kids. Usually it's related to. Quite often I seen this that the people who had this materialistic stuff for it, it's usually one parent or the other, or both parents could be, okay, one of the kids, if they have more than kids for it. All right. So there is this businessman, okay, he's got all this stuff and everything else. I see his wife, she's not happy, she's always in fear. And all of a sudden, one of his sons is got issues. And you're like, what the heck? Right? But you look in the person, he did not know how to love. He's got all the sicknesses that you can think of about it. Why? Because whatever he did in 3D in life, and he's got to get these pills for his heart. Usually, people who have a problem, heart problem, they have a heart problem because of love. So, yeah, again, look your life, your sicknesses, your things. I can give you another example. Our lady that I work with, she was so much within the cars and so on, and she had this high lifestyle. But all of a sudden, there was things that went out problem and situations and health issues and so on. She worked on herself. She healed her inner child. He become united with her soul. And guess what? A few days back, she went out to the doctor to make her blood scan. All came out perfect. All came out perfect. But guess what? She healed it. She healed from within. She healed the inner child. Okay. Now she's not like, I'm not worried about the money. I'm worried about happiness. Now I understand and I value everything. That's the reward. That's the real embracement of the inner child. You stop wanting things. You accept the things that you need in life to make you happy. And this is how the inner child is healed. While you stopping with the I want, you begin with I like what I have around me. It is enough. Okay? All right, I guess this is related to the topic because my expression was suppressed as a child. I struggle with somebody typed and moved my crystal. Uh, oh, trying to them and they can get angry with you. Yeah, whatever. I guess this is related to the topic because my expression was suppressed as a child. I struggle with knowing when when to share, when to keep something to myself. Yeah, this is a again, Crystal. By the way, thank you for the sharing up. That comes in from the control. It's like you cannot say this or you cannot do this. It's so important as a child. What do you do? Okay. Uh, so, for example, if you go and use like, I was at the as a kid, I was at the child at the daycare, and I see this girl, and I did this, and I didn't feel good, and I don't know, mom, I'm sad, and you have this little talk, okay? That it can give you a perceptions of developing the empathy within the child, okay? But if your child comes in and sit down at a table and you give him a food and he gets and he eats and you finally sit down at a table to eat and he's coming to bother you when you eat, now this is a disrespect. And if you're not allowing this kind of disrespect, you have to look in it from within you. Somebody did not teach you and the respect within your inner child. And you have to be able to cross that pattern of teaching respect. So, Crystal, look from within you. When did they were telling you things and where did they not, and how to take things? Because the one thing it's embracement, the other one it's actually what's called correction, corrective action. Okay, corrective action is to see the things that not developed properly to be developed properly, because down the road, um, that the one child that when came from the daycare and he's going to be this empathic and caring for a person, the other child is still going to be mandatory. He's going to put his foot in the table. He's going to go ahead and treat the women's the way he treats its mother, for example. There you're going to be looking things different perspective. So we need to look deep the things more deep from within. Okay, if you're the mother and allow the child to do this, then you have to heal your inner child to help you to heal the child that you have, and so on. But Crystal, it's the thing is that when you want the things to share with parents, that comes in that probably you hear the word no more than often. The word no, okay, that doesn't mean never. That doesn't mean um, like never, ever, 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 ever. That means not now, not at the moment. Now is not the right time. Now is not in the right position. Okay. We can tell no and someone that wants to do something right now at the current moment, but it's not the proper time. Okay. And now, if they get offensive that you tell them no at this improper time, they have issues with this. They still want to be their way. And this is that inner child that it's not healed with the tantrums because he always has to win. That's mean a lot of comparativeness from within you. So take a look, Crystal, deep from within you, what needs to be healed. Okay. Um, Jenny, oh yeah, and they really get passive aggressive and terrible things to you and about you. Oh yeah, wow, the aggressiveness. Yes, that's a huge issue. That is a something really. You know, when you wait on someone to tell you the truth, when you tell them something, and for example, they tell you certain things that they have nothing to do with the things between you. They're talking about other stuff. They're escaping all this. They are passive about the real issue, with the idea that when they're not talking to the issue, but they're talking to about something else, they're going to create an aggression from within you. Usually, those are the people who learn manipulation. So you can create aggravation action towards them that's going to give them an excuse why you're the bad guy and they can be feel good. The passive aggressive thing is something very dirty as a game, very dirty, incredibly dirty. Okay, that it's usually the people who master manipulation. They really know how to use it and abuse that, just so they can show up to the others that they win. Okay, like yeah, I did that, and I'm proud of it. I don't care if you're gonna be my friend or not. But usually those people they have no friends, a lot of friends around them, because they did that to pretty much everybody. And the aggressive situation is like they're passive aggressive to their soul from within. That is learned into as a inner child when you were not allowed to express your things, or you were spoiled so much that every time you say ah, you should receive a food, or you should receive a new diaper, or should be pay attention to you. And now you learn this as a habit that every time when you say somebody has to be kind of like go your way. And if it's not, then you get mad about it. And you silence yourself and you don't want to talk to anybody and you kind of like going deeply from within. But that aggressiveness can lead to many issues, from jealousy, from so many things. So, good point, by the way. Good point, Jenny. Um, Jenny, I don't argue with them. It's not my job to teach them when they are nasty and angry. I just walk away. Exactly, Jenny. With this kind of people, you have to cut contact, because when you cut contact from it, you trigger the things that they're gonna think the self process from within. Okay, um, some of those people, they can achieve this, and the way that goes is they usually ask for forgiveness, but what kind of forgiveness? So, for example, as the inner child, we're talking about when I did something bad and I have to receive punishment. The way the punishment was given to me was in the corner or down on your knees, and they were putting little seats under my knees, and stay there with your hands up and think about your actions. And now, later on, when my brain works on it, guess what happens? I go there to my grandpa or grandma and ask, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I understand that what I did was wrong, and I'll promise I won't be able to do it. That I'm free to go. And they're okay, I forgive you, you go. So this is that you did the thought process, you decide you're not going to do the actions, and now you're forgiven. So that's what it is. Okay, CF, holding my inner child's hand and looking at a past event, tell him is okay. Uh, we don't do it like that. We do like this. It's allowed me, him to heal, forgive. Finally able to let go of so many things. Yes, CF, take the inner child, but also listen to that inner child. Very crucial part. Don't tell him things. Listen to it. It's very important that the inner child is going to tell you the pains that he has from within. Crucial part is to heal this. from within. So, for example, if you were told to don't jump in a puddle, don't play in the mud as a child, or don't go out there and play with the pigs in the farm, oh, now you really have to go ahead and do it. I mean, you go ahead in there, you go play in the puddles, go play and go to a one farm, and you get those really pegs, and you just hug that big things, or you go ahead and scratch their backs, and you feel how much they love you because you scratch them back. You feel the love and the appreciation, or you get the water hose and you go wash them and let them go out till they can play. And you're like, now I understand why I wanted to play with the pigs. One thing, don't stick your two fingers to their nose, they're gonna bite you. That's what I did as a kid. So sharing experience here. All right, don't blame me. We all been kids doing stupid things. Um, yeah, I was at the daycare, and there was somebody let their pigs into the playground, and one of the pig came in and it was sniffing to me, and I took my fingers like this and put on his nose, and the pig bite me, and I was a bloody, and the teacher was punished, and I went on a lot of troubles with it. But anyway, I still love the pigs when I see them. I I love to eat bacon too, so don't get me started on that. But anyway, okay. Yeah. See if that interactions with the inner child. You listen to him, he's listening to you. It's gonna help you in the father-son relationships. Okay. You need to understand as a corrective action as a father, sometimes you have to be strong. Because when you begin to understand as a man bad traits or toxic traits within your son, you will understand that these toxic traits, when he becomes an adult, what they can lead to. And you have to be, I didn't say no compromise, okay, but you have to be kind of like tough on this with using your masculine energy. That's what that masculine corrective action is within you. I'm not talking about physical actions, but I'm talking about things that they need to learn, okay? Because in the today's society, the younger boys, they don't have respect. The younger boys, they don't have these appreciations of girl. They only want things to be given to them. Okay, they probably don't know how to do a physical work. Let's say, like, if your inner child never did a physical work, you probably have issues with being doing a physical labor as a husband now. For I mean, or liking your jobs or whatever the situation is. So, but if your inner child was loving to care for the ground, go jump out on the cherry tree and collect the cherries, and then the cherries has been sold out, and here you go making the money. Now you understand you put effort and time at this as a child. That's what I did for. But CF is important, that inner change within the inner child, to see not only the good within the inner child, but also in the bad within the inner child. Again, the illumination part of seeing the both sides. Okay, because as the inner child, you have a bad traits. Don't think that you don't. You probably steal. You probably manipulate. You probably wanted things your way. Okay, but see them both, and you illuminate yourself. What is the best thing that's going to make you happy and be loved that you want to be? That's going to help you to heal a lot. After healing the inner child, Crow Girl, after the healing the inner child, we need to heal the inner teenager. Many issue. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly, Crow Girl. Exactly. Very good point on this. Uh, you need to understand in teenage years, you begin to develop, it's a new cycle of your life. So, astrology wise, the 12 signs that you see, they begin with an Aries. That's every year of your life that you get to. When you become 13, you begin a new cycle. And now, with that cycle, whoever's going to be within you during the teenage years, it's going to be somehow affecting your next life cycle. Specifically, when you're a teenager after the year of 21, that is when you begin to look for a relationships, which is you should be actually looking for a relationship after a year of 33. Mm, so yeah. So take a look over these cases, these situations from within you. Sometimes in the teenage years, you may have a friends who have a bad influence over you. And usually during those teenage years, you can learn things, but you can also damage yourself a lot. So, for example, if you are surrounded with a toxic people, you learn the toxic traits. Now, the toxic traits is from within you. If you continue healthy relationships with these people and they're still toxic, they will affect your marriage. They will affect your things as friends. You might not even realize this process. But when you go back in there, you realize that your teenage friends, they affected you and they damage your life in a big time. Uh, okay, what was I? Mm, thank you. Your answer addressed about three specific points and come up a lot for me, and they're associated with an energy that my mom carry out and also my idea. Thank you. You're welcome, Crystal. I love everyone and hold on anger towards and hold on no anger towards anyone. I love my family and my heart, my problem. I felt such a terrible guilt for not being the daughter they wanted to be. I can't shake the guilt. Guilt is within the soul, Jenny. But you take a look at it. Did they develop you to be the girl that they wanted? You weren't the girl that you wanted. And take a look from within you that when someone teaching you on a copy paste program, you weren't able to develop probably. But the thing is you need to understand those are the people who did not know how to develop themselves. Because if they were so nice to you, so things from within you, you're gonna be happy right now. And now, when you heal the inner child, you learn to be happy with what you have now at this moment of life. You may have a little, but you're happy with it. You're just happy, and that's all that matters. Uh, don't worry about the guilt. Let me tell you, the guilt it will be solved when you put the love from within and talk to these people and fix that. Okay, but the guilt is in the soul. Sometimes people don't talk about it because out of fear, they fear of the truth. Okay, and there is not very much you can do if the people don't want to talk to you about it. If the people hide themselves, kind of like they ghosted you or they bolt out and they don't want to talk about the real issue. They keep it secrets and they don't want to talk to you. Now that guilt from within you, you can't do anything about it. But the guilt that it's within them, it's more because it bothers them more than you. And they have to find the strength from within to talk about the issues, not just running away. Okay, this is like, I don't like this person, I never gonna talk to him. But guess what, you probably in childhood friends that they didn't give you the toys or this, and you told them, you know what, I'm not gonna talk to you. Well, we're not going to talk to you, affect your relationship in teenage years, relationships in adult. And now, if you are in this adult life and you ghosting people and abandoning people, guess what? That guilt, it piles up from all these problems. And you look at it from in your inner child of that guilt now, it's like, well, I didn't ghosted them. I ghosted myself. And now they will understand by ghosting themselves, they were not happy. Okay. But in your case, Jenny, your guilt from within, it is about now is to forgive yourself. You to forgive yourself. CF, he helps me the plane, and then I embrace him like I'm his parent. There is so much he has to tell me for sure. Yes, I like that. I like that because I listen my inner child when he comes and come out to it. It's like help these people, help that people, help this. My inner child was telling me back in the days. It's like carry the luggages for the elders. Get up out of the chair at the bus so the person can sit down on your seat. Elders person, be kind. I could have been generous because I was poor as hell. But I learned that even if I had something, I can give it to it. I can share. I was always ready to share things because I understood what it was not to have. That's why sometimes people from very poor families they know how to give. People who are raised in the family, it's like, oh, don't share your toy because he might is gonna break it. No, you don't give things to people. You take. That's another problems within inner child. CJ to CF, just starting doing this. Great job, CJ. Margaret, hi. Good morning to you. And Crystal, CC. How do you know if you got a voice you're here and not your ego, parents or friends? How can you know if it's God's voice you hear, not your ego? Uh, so, CC. All right. Well, take a look, CC. Take a look the actions what they lead into. Okay, if it comes from a God's voice, it's going to lead you to love. It's going to lead you to positive outcome. It's going to lead you to positive things. Uh, but if it is the ego, you need to look. Okay, ego usually talks about uh, possessions, control, jealousy, uh, material gains that could lead to manipulations from if you listen that voice. But if you listen to God's voice is give, be caring, be loving, be empathic. Take a look what the best you can do so the things can be happy, and that is going to be the how you determine the difference from within, because the one is going to lead to destruction and the other one is going to lead to creation. For uh, people making my doubt what I feel or I have to do. People, it's not about people, CC, it's about you. Okay, if you listen people, that's mean you can't make the choice your own self of what to listen God or your ego. You give the power an outside source to controls what you feel and what you should do. And if the people they know they listen their ego, you are getting their ego from within. That usually if it's a fear, that you're gonna listen their fear. Okay, so don't listen people. Look always from within. Okay, the people are not your inner child. The people are not your inner child. You begin to listen other people. You begin to listen others. If they have a wounded child, all they're gonna do is damage from it. CC. Okay. Uh, they make it doubt what I feel or have to do. How can I do and follow my path, God's way, and surrender and let go? The way you can do your follow the path is, first of all, decide that you want to go with God's path. Decide what God is. God is always one thing. He is love. That is it, a simple way. The love creates everything else. Creates the compassion, the caring, the understanding, the things that they lead to progress. They lead to creation. They lead to happiness. They lead to happy life. Okay, the actions determine the reality, and the reality is the one that show you up what are you really listen to it. Okay, so you surrender that ego part that probably when you're making decisions. Okay, let's say you're making the decisions to do something that you did it also in the past. Now you decide what you did in the past. You knew that that lead to the disasters in your life. So now you are like, well, I did this in the past, and if I do this same thing in the past, then that's going to lead to disasters. What I need to do, and you look up from within and you decide to do totally opposite. You try to have a conversation to understand more or to learn more, to get more informations so you can grow from within. And when you grow from within, then you look at this situation and you decide that what you did in the past wasn't the right thing because you led to disaster. Now you decide that it's time for you to do something completely done and disengage from this way of thinking that you have. Okay, so you surrender to that old way of life and you let it go. Let it go of that old, because if you don't trust in surrender of the old ways, they always come back. But if you trust, surrender, and let go to God and allow the new ways to come in within you, and you prove it, okay, you need to understand, you need to prove it with actions. Once you prove it with actions, then the things begin to happen within your life, but they have to be a true actions. Don't lie to yourself that you just do it. No, they have to be true actions that come from deep from within you, so you can be actually closing that cycle with breaking the old paradigms within you. Um, so, um, Christina, third, all right, my family are not the type of people to talk about love. They are closed off from anything intimate. It was always like that, close to emotion, sort of. Johnny, that's why I don't talk to them. If somebody was so toxic to you and they say one thing, they did another thing, they try to control you, manipulate you, and so on, you cut communications with them. So you can trigger this part in them. Why did I don't talk to me? Well, you're bad. You're toxic. Why should I have to talk to you? What do you mean I'm toxic? Well, think about your actions. Take a look from within you. Why you're toxic? You have things that, you know, you're damaging me. I don't like your energy. I don't like your attitude towards me. It's been like this since I was a child. Take a look at it deep from within you. But I look from within. I love myself the way I am. Take a look from within you. What do you think is this? Leave them alone. Let them keep their secrets. Let them keep their stuff within them. Okay? That's what they has been doing, all that stuff. You made them think. All right. Okay. Thanks, CF, for correcting stuff. I appreciate it. By the way, give it an applause to CF, who's doing a very good job, and I like that he's our. I saw the job, but my hands needs healing because it was broken 2 months ago and don't work. Give it a time, Christine, to heal. Okay, don't hurry up things. All right, don't hurry up things. So healing inside is helping healing my physically. True story, exactly. CF, exactly. Mm, much love to you, CF. Much love, man. Good job. Christina, you gotta be very careful with all this esoteric stuff. Sometimes I think that I have sense that you are overreacting of certain things. So try to focus deeply from within you before you get into this energies. Okay. Wow. First of all, it's 1 hour 11 minutes 11 seconds, and then there was a 14 people watching and 14 likes. Oh, something with the numbers all day long. Okay. Yeah, there you go, CF. Great, great advice. All right, guys. Well, I'm getting a little exhausted right now from with this, but I hope my hope is that great questions from everybody. By the way, give us yourself a hand for the questions, because the questions help not only people who's watching, but of people who are right now here, but people who's gonna watch it over the years. You had the guts, the truth from within you to put your questions here, and these questions makes the people who have the similarity things from within you to help healing themselves. This is why you gotta give yourself a credit. Maybe nobody gave you a credit when you was a child as a good job or something and things like this. That can lead to a lot of issues. Okay, but if you learn how to give yourself a credit, pat yourself on the back. Okay, uh, thank you for this. And let's thinking about, guys, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? And hopefully tomorrow I will be able to surprise you with Neptune retrograde. About the Neptune retrograde, I was thinking to do 3 different videos. One was for 3D, one was for 4 and 5D, and one for the new way. Or I should do them all combined. Oh man, boundaries. Topic from yesterday: looking for the love outside of marriage. Yeah, okay. Uh, CF, yeah, that was it from yesterday. Who wants to talk about the relationship for an outside? Uh, divine timing. Yeah, that's a good one too. Boundaries is good too. Boundaries, no boundaries, and yeah, lack of boundaries. Yeah, divine timing. All right, guys, whatever you guys, if you guys want to go for looking for love outside of the marriage relationship, uh, agree into it. Let's see who's gonna agree. I see 14 people, but some people they're not gonna say nothing in the chat. They're just watching, which is good. Uh, boundaries. What mean boundaries? Christine, boundaries, those are a psychological barriers from within you, or lines that so for example, if you didn't did nothing, but somebody comes in and becomes dumps your anger, he cross your boundaries because you don't like somebody to be angry at you, and you tell him, you know what, you're going to understand that their anger is not going to do anything to it. But if you don't have a boundaries, then you crawl down in and you take the anger from this person. Now this person with the anger, he manipulates you, and you have no boundaries in there. So love outside marriage. You want me to talk about cheating? Okay. Boundaries are so important when being unconditional love. Exactly. Yes, Johnny, you gotta have a boundaries during unconditional love. And learning to be unconditional love, not to take care of unconditional bullshit. Because people taking advantage of unconditional love. But if you don't perform that unconditional love, you don't know what that is. You're going to learn how to give love for no reason. And that is a kind of like point you, Jenny, point you the two sides of the coins, though, of the coin, okay? You got to have a boundaries, but at the same time, you don't have to have a boundaries. Because if you there is a boundaries, there is a limit. If there is a limit, that it's a condition, and if there is a condition, it cannot be unconditional. The unconditional love begins from looking at those two boundaries and no boundaries, and you eliminate yourself that you love for no reason. I just love. I know, Jenny. High five. That's why I suggested so many don't understand what unconditional love, being loved. Yeah, um, being love, it's a being of love. You're a human being of love. Being cheating. Okay. All right. So tomorrow we're gonna go talking about cheating. Love outside marriage. Boy, tomorrow is gonna be pulling the nerves on somebody. Ouch. Yeah. Oh God. Hopefully, they're gonna help the people, though. It's gonna help a lot of healing of this because a lot of people who cheat, they need healing. They're looking for stop cheating. Yeah, gonna be good. See if that's gonna be a good idea, though. Look at it, the other side of for it. There's gonna be people we're gonna trigger, but we also have to look at it. The people tomorrow we're gonna talk about the cheating, about healing, and I think that maybe I should title healing cheating. That is love outside of marriage or relationship. What do you think, CF? CF, do you think it's better killing the cheating? Waiting for you. Mm, mm. Well, that was suggested over at the Facebook. So, I mean, the person who suggested on the Facebook, I didn't see him around. So, you know, we'll see what uh, the whole topic needs healing. Yeah, I think so too. And you know what, CF? I think that we're going to choose the cheating because right now the sun and the moon it's going to be in Cancer family, and yeah, tomorrow is going to be kind of like right on a dot astrology wise to talk about this topic, and that will be, yep, that will be for it. Boy, are we going to trigger a lot of issues with this tomorrow, but I think so. It's needed, and I will go with it. CFL will go with this. Okay, guys. So if you got some any more questions about the inner child, I will have my cigarette with you guys, and we are going to do it. Yeah, healing. All right, healing the cheating. Healing the cheater with from within. Okay, I'll think about it. It's gonna be interesting though. It's gonna be interesting topic. It's gonna be interesting topic. All right, guys. Well, I think that's what it was for today. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for listening to the video. Thank you for the chat. And tomorrow we're gonna regroup here about cheating. Well, going to dive deep from within the cheating. So yeah. All right. I'm going to be on Dublin Mountains. Hope you have a great day. Thanks, Johnny. Cheating is hard to forgive, but can mean, yeah, there is a forgiveness to be done within the cheating. But if the person doesn't understand he's got a problem why he cheats, and yeah, even if forgive them, they will continue to cheat because they are, and ultimately the cheating is not cheating on the person, it's cheating on their own selves. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. All right, guys. So thank you for being here. I will share some love. Let's share the love here. And I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, thank you all.